and shady Khedkar family is back in news for their antiques and high-handedness. A minor road accident in Navi Mumbai has exploded into a shocking abduction controversy, putting the spotlight back on the Khedkars. It started on the 13th of September when a mixer truck brushed against a luxury Land Cruiser near the Airoli signal. What should have ended as a routine argument took a dark turn. Police claim Dilip Khedkar, father of dismissed IS probationer Pooja Khedkar, and his aide Kapil Salunke allegedly forcibly dragged the truck helper, a 22-year-old man named Prahlad Kumar, into their SUV. They did not go to any police station. Instead, they drove to their bungalow in Pune. When teams from Navi Mumbai and Pune police arrived, they faced obstruction. Manorama Khedkar, Pooja's mother, is accused of refusing entry, tearing down police notices, even tried to scare away cops by setting dogs free inside the premise of the house. After a standoff, police finally rescued Prahlad Kumar from inside the house. Here's what happened when cops reached Khedkar's Pune bungalow earlier this week.
नंबर तो घ्या ना मग. नंबर द्या ना मॅडम तुमचा. यांना माहिती का आपली मुलगी आयपीएस आहे. एक मिनिट. काय नंबर आहे?
Now, while the truck driver's aide has been rescued, an FIR has been filed for kidnapping, illegal confinement and obstructing public servants. Cases now stand registered against Dilip Khedkar, Manorama Khedkar and the Khedkar family associates. Multiple police teams are tracking the family members who are currently not traceable. Here's what the police had to say.
दोनों गाड़ियों के ड्राइवर और में झगड़ा हुआ. उसमें जो लैंड क्रूजर का ड्राइवर और उसके साथ रहने जो व्यक्ति है, उन्होंने इस जो ट्रक ड्राइवर के साथ जो हेल्पर था उसको किडनैप करके अपने साथ लेके गए. किडनैपिंग लेके वो पुणे में चले गए. उस संदर्भ में हमारे रबाड़े पुलिस स्टेशन की टीम वहां पे जाने के बाद में वो जगह पे जो घर मालक थे मनोरमा खेड़कर, इन्होंने उनको विरोध किया. उनके ऊपर उनको जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में बाधा आई, इसलिए इसके लिए उनके संदर्भ में चतुर्सिंगी पुलिस स्टेशन में उनके ऊपर गुना रजिस्टर किया गया.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज गोइंग ऑन. जो भी एविडेंस मिल रहे हैं उससे इसमें कौन इन्वॉल्व है वो अभी काम चालू है इन्वेस्टिगेशन का. नवी मुंबई की टीम है, पर्सनल बाइट नहीं दे सकते.
दिलीप खेड़कर मनोरमा खेड़कर मिले कि नहीं आपको?
नहीं, वो नहीं मिले. अभी टीम जो है अंदर है, पुलिस की टीम अंदर है. लोकल पुलिस जो है काम कर रहे हैं, आप उनसे पूछे प्लीज.
Times Now's team is on the trail of the Khedkar family. We reached the Khedkar bungalow in Pune to find out more about the missing Khedkars. Here's what Times Now's Nilesh found on ground.
At the moment, we're reporting from Pune's Baner Road area, and this premises that you can see on your screen is of Pooja Khedkar and Khedkar family members. Currently, the officials from Chaturshangi police station, which is in Pune, have reached out to the Khedkar residence. You can see the officials, Pune police officials, are in huge number, and this is in order to look out for the Khedkar family members as well as Pooja Khedkar. Now remember, it was Pooja Khedkar at first who had garnered controversy for her alleged UPSC misuse, and now it is the family members who are facing the heat. Now the case pertains to alleged kidnapping that has been done by the family members of a helper. Now this helper happens to be one assistant who works with the truck driver, who was earlier kidnapped by the Khedkar family members and later on was kept into this residence for the past 2 days. And upon complaint by the truck factory owner, the officials in Navi Mumbai investigated the case and ultimately landed out to this residence wherein the helper was held captive. And after the officials reaching out to this door, trying to bring out the helper, they had to face resistance by Manorama Khedkar.
Now remember, Pooja Khedkar herself was dismissed from service amid charges of faking disability and misusing reservation certificates. And this new case raises even more questions about a family that seems perpetually surrounded by controversy. Remember, in a video from 2023, Manorama Khedkar was seen face-to-face with farmers, holding a licensed pistol, waving it in a heated land dispute. The farmers back then alleged that she stormed the disputed land along with bouncers, argued loudly and pointed the gun when asked to show ownership documents. So from gun-toting to abduction saga to obstruction, the Khedkar saga, the Khedkar family has once again turned into a story of power, privilege and blatant defiance of the law. Let's go across to Nilesh and Arunil joining us in the broadcast with more details. Let's first go across to Nilesh, who we just saw his ground report. Nilesh, you reached the premise of the Khedkar family where we could see the presence of the Pune police, but no information, nothing known about where the Khedkar family members are currently?
Well, Swati, this is completely a 1 year now that the controversy erupted with Pooja Khedkar is now continuing with the Khedkar family members, that is Manorama Khedkar and Dilip Khedkar, who happens to be the parents of Pooja Khedkar. Now this entire case of abduction was reported on 13th of September. And it is nearly 4 days now that the family members haven't presented themselves before the police officers. In fact, several notices were also served into the premises. And I would like to pan around the camera at this Khedkar residence where you can see multiple luxury high-end vehicles are parked. To be particular, it is 5 in number. You can see Audi, a BMW, a Pajero, all luxury high-end vehicles have been parked into the vicinity. However, the premises or the bungalow is currently vacated. Earlier, there were 2 helpers into the house who have now left the premises. Now, police officers have formed 4 teams who are looking after the Khedkar family members, including the bodyguard who was also present with Dilip Khedkar onto that day when the abduction took place. Now, Khedkar family members, their arrogance, their high-handedness could be understood with the fact that the notice that was served by the Rabale police station here onto the gate of this premises has also been toned down by the family members. So you can understand the Khedkar saga continues and the level of their arrogancy is also being presented into this manner. Now this happens to be the red gate which was captured by the police officers into their mobile video cameras, wherein they had reached approaching the family members to put their say and tried to rescue the helper who was kidnapped or abducted by the family members, but they had to face the heat by Manorama Khedkar.
Right.
The same woman who was seen brandishing a pistol.
Stopped the police officers from doing their duty, but despite multiple attempts made, the police were successful in rescuing the truck driver's aide who was kidnapped by the Khedkar family members. Let's go across to Arunil as well. Not the first time that, muscle power being used by the Khedkar family has come to fore. In fact, the skeleton started tumbling out when the Pooja Khedkar case came to fore. Isn't it, Arunil?
Well, certainly, yes. Nilesh was showing these high-end luxury vehicles that are parked in the residence premises of the Khedkar family. Now, what is startling to note, Swati, is that when Pooja Khedkar, she became an IAS officer, the documents clearly showed that she had applied in the economically weaker section class. And when her luxury vehicle was carrying a lal batti, that is when the cover was entirely blown. She had applied in a disability section as well. This was again exposed when Times Now did its investigation, which forced the concerned investigating officers to look into the case as well. Now, coming to the past records of the Khedkar family, Manorama Khedkar in the recent visual can be clearly seen blocking police investigators when they reach their residence. She is the same woman who was brandishing a gun at the poor farmers. This was regarding an argument that she had with the farmers related to a farmland. She was the same woman who could be seen having a very serious kind of an argument with the metro workers as well. This was related to metro work going on outside their residence in Pune, and she was basically stopping those metro workers from doing their job. Now, coming to Dilip Khedkar as well, right. This is an extremely astonishing case. It was basically a road accident that had taken place. The cops had to intervene there itself, but here they took
Arunil and Nilesh, please stay on with us. We have activist Vijay Kumbhar joining us in the broadcast. My question is, what is it that the Khedkar family continues to break norms, continues to break the rules? Yes, action is taken and we see legal action, cases being filed against the family members. But their arrogance, their attitude, the manner in which they flaunt money and are willing to break laws and norms seems bizarre. Is there some sort of a patronage that the family is getting?
इसके बिना कोई कुछ कर नहीं सकता. इनकी 3 पीढ़ियां है, तीनों पीढ़ियां इसी में इन्वॉल्व है. क्योंकि उनके दादाजी थे वो डिप्टी कलेक्टर थे, आईएएस नहीं थे. इनके पिताजी महाराष्ट्र प्रदूषण मंडल में काम करते थे, सीनियर ऑफिसर थे. इस वक्त उन्होंने सब कुछ ये देखा कि सारी सिस्टम को कैसे मरोड़ा जा सकता है, कैसे उसका फायदा जा सकता है, कोई भी मामला हो तो उसमें से कैसे बाहर निकाला जा सकता है. कोई अपना कुछ नहीं करने वाला. इतना नहीं, ये सिर्फ फैमिली नहीं, उनके बाकी रिलेटिव्स है वो भी ऐसे ही कामों में इन्वॉल्व है. बहुत सारी जमीनें उन्होंने ली है. मतलब ये एक क्राइम ऐसा नहीं है जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. पूजा खेड़कर का मामला सामने आ गया, लेकिन अकेले पूजा खेड़कर के मामले के अलावा बाकी भी उनके हजारों मामले, सैकड़ों मामले, उस पर कभी किसी ने चर्चा नहीं की, न किसी गवर्नमेंट ने कोई कार्रवाई की है. अभी भी जो हो रहा है उसमें सिर्फ अभी जो किया उन्होंने, जो सामने आया उस पर हम चर्चा कर रहे हैं. उनके और भी बहुत सारे क्राइम्स है, उस पर उनके खिलाफ एसीबी की कंप्लेंट्स 2 पेंडिंग थी. उनके खिलाफ बाकी जो
अधिकारी हो रहा है, क्या लगता है आपको ये टोकन एक्शन हो रहा है या धीरे धीरे करके इन पर शिकंजा कसेगा?
नहीं कसेगा, मुझे नहीं लगता. कल भी मैंने बात की, क्योंकि मैं कई सालों से ही देख रहा हूँ हमारी सिस्टम इतनी कमजोर है कि, और ये इसलिए कमजोर है कि इन पर कार्रवाई करने का जिनको अधिकार है, मेरे ख्याल से वो भी इसमें इन्वॉल्व है या वो भी इसी तरीके से आगे प्रशासन में जा चुके हैं. इससे इन पर कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करेगा ऐसे मुझे लगता है. और भी थोड़ी देर में और भी कुछ खुलासे करने वाला हूँ,
लेकिन कार्रवाई तो होनी चाहिए. और अगर कोई बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है खेड़कर फैमिली को, तो उसका खुलासा भी होना चाहिए और फिर उस पर सवाल सरकार से पूछे जाने चाहिए कि क्यों खेड़कर फैमिली को. जी,
वो तो पूछेंगे, लेकिन कार्रवाई करने वाला, हमारा प्रॉब्लम है कि हम कंप्लेंट उन्हीं के पास कर रहे हैं जिनका उनको पैट्रोनेज है, जो उनको संभालते हैं. हम कंप्लेंट के लिए जाए कहाँ? एक मामला सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक गया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोल दिया उन्होंने मर्डर तो नहीं किया. अब ये सोचिए, यही लड़की अगर आईएएस होती तो क्या होता?
नहीं, लेकिन बिल्कुल दिलीप खेड़कर ने भी अभी प्रकाश अंबेडकर की पार्टी की तरफ से लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ा था. तो ये जो नेक्सस है वो इसी रूप में सामने आ जाता है. और मुझे लगता है कि शायद जो पेट्रोनेज की बात आप कह रहे थे, उस पेट्रोनेज के बिना ये कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. उनको संरक्षण प्राप्त है, उनको इस बात की पूरी जानकारी है, इसीलिए शायद बार बार कानून तोड़ते खेड़कर फैमिली के सदस्य दिखाई देते हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच मिस्टर कुंभार. थैंक यू फॉर joining us on the broadcast. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. Thank you to our reporters, to Nilesh and Arunil as well. We'll keep going back to them for more inputs.